Well, what's up, everybody? Back here on Switchback Canyon today. Um, I had quite a bit of stuff going on last week, so I didn't get many videos out. I was hoping to do one on Wednesday and Friday, but didn't make either one of them. But anyway, we're back today, and I was doing a little bit of cleaning up, I guess you could say, on the Switchback Canyon map. I've got a few things I was working on fixing and stuff. There was a few, double trees and things like that, and I was using this game file to actually, you know, do the work. So if you notice that there's a few more trees here which we had already cut, that's why they're back. In fact, over on the other track where we just finished up, there's a few trees that reappeared. So just don't mind that. We'll cut them again. But we're gonna see if we can't get busy on this spot over here today and see if we can't get at least a load out. And since these trees all reappeared, I'm having to navigate my way back out of here. Okay, now let's check and make sure that my cut length is still right. It is. So let's get to cutting. It's hard to tell sometimes how off the ground you are. Well, those big trees are heavy. Alright, let's see what's the best way to approach all this. I guess I'm going to have to get back up the hill a little ways. And I'm sure by now we've got enough trees to make a load, so let me get this truck turned around here. I think we already have a long log trailer back at the shop. If not, we'll purchase one and try to get us a load out of here. I'm still not exactly sure where I want to set up the landings. I typically look for flat areas, especially when you're dealing with long logs. Look for the flat areas to So the trailer, at least, the logs won't try to slide out of the trailer when you're loading them up. You know, something I was thinking about was, I guess I just really shouldn't worry about it too much, but, you know, I'm looking to put this map on console when I get all the kinks worked out of it. I want to make sure it's as good as I can get it before I send it off to Giants, because I don't want them to send it back a few times. So I like to just, you know, try to get it through pretty quickly without too much, you know, back and forth. But one thing I was thinking about was, you know, some of the trucks that we have on PC are way more powerful, I think, than what's on console. I mean, I don't play on console, so I don't know, but I'm just guessing that you have to use either the in-game stuff or whatever the modders have put through the Giants testing to get it on console. So you may have some problems with this map actually on console. Just the fact of hauling equipment around and a loaded log truck may or may not be able to get around on this map very well, so I don't know, but I'll give it a shot and see. But you know, for me, I've never tried to get anything on console just because I didn't know exactly the process and, you know, what I needed to do to the map to make it console ready. And just the hassle of dealing with Giants trying to, you know, because I've heard stories about they'll send a map in or a mod in, and Giants will take a look at it and say, oh, no, this is wrong. So they go back and fix that, and then they send it back in, and then Giants says, oh, well, now this thing's wrong. So then it's a bunch of back and forth of fixing little stuff, and they won't tell you what all is wrong with it. It sounds like they find the first thing that's wrong and then just reject it. Then you have to fix that, and they find the next thing that's wrong and you have to fix that. And it's just a big hassle. I mean, I know you guys on console want to have a bunch of cool stuff, but it's tough on us modders to, you know, try to get the stuff on console in the first place because of all the restrictions they have. On PC, anything flies, but on console, you have to have everything just right. So, you know, you guys that are on console, I mean, that's what you pick, so I mean, tough luck, I'm sorry, but, you know, Giants doesn't allow some stuff, and it's not their fault, it's Microsoft and Sony. Whoa, that's a pretty good bump there. Yeah, when you're dealing with roads that are, the terrain is so weird as this, it's hard to get all of the bumps out. Okay, so we're coming up on the spot that we cut already. So see, some of the trees are back. That was just me playing around with removing some double trees and stuff, and some of the bigger trees came back, but that's okay. We cut it and got all the money, so we'll just say that they replanted it and grew really fast. Yeah, I thought I had another log trailer, but that's a short one though. We'll have to get us a long log trailer. Hopefully I added in the long. Yeah, there it is. I'm just going to continue using this FDR truck. It's okay. It does for what we need. And this log trailer right here seems to be really stable. We'll test it out here in a little bit, but I think this is going to do it for us. I think it's really stable because of the weight of it and because of the width of the rear axles on that trailer, or I guess the axles on the trailer. I think a couple of the other long log trailers anyway, the North Mining Company one or whatever, I don't think they're very heavy, or the wheelbase back there, I mean the axle width may not be quite as long. This trailer seems really stable. All of FDRs are really stable. I think, like I said, mostly just because of the weight. Well, as I'm recording this, it's Super Bowl Sunday, about almost 11 o'clock in the morning. So Super Bowl has not happened for me yet. Not planning on doing much, just going to sit here at the house. I think we're going to get some pizza and watch the big game on the big TV. Not really rooting for either team, I suppose, but I mean, if I had to pick, I don't know, I guess I'd go for the 49ers. I kind of like them. You know, back in the day, was it Joe Montana and I don't know, I can remember who all the players, some of the players were from, that were pretty good on there back in the days. But of course, my Saints, you know, they didn't pull it out this year. Got to the I guess it was that, what was the first round of the playoffs or something, I suppose, and just had a bad game, really. I mean, they've been rolling all season, and then just couldn't get it together. Now Drew Brees is contemplating retirement, which you know, with some of his injuries, and he really didn't look that good in the last game. So I don't know, I'm kind of mixed about it. I mean, I think Drew Brees is good for the team. He's an excellent quarterback, set all kind of records and stuff, but I don't know, maybe, I mean, he's kind of getting up there in age. Not that he's done for by any means. He could easily play another few seasons, I think, but I think with the injury he had this year, it really got him thinking more about retirement, which, you know, he's earned it, so whatever he decides, I'm okay with. It is a long way over here. It's not really that far on the map, but by the time you drive all the way around that road, it takes forever to get over here. This corner is really tricky. It doesn't look like it, but it is. It's kind of blind. You can't really see. That'll be interesting with a fully loaded log trailer. Okay, now I think what I want to do is I think I'm just going to park this right about here. I'm going to try to get it pretty level. And the tires are not exactly all on the ground, but I think that'll be okay. We'll maybe pull forward just a little bit. We'll give that a try, see what happens. Maybe right there. Look at that, FDR's truck's getting dirty. That's pretty cool. That came close to being right through the boom there. Okay, so let's get a couple more of these trees cut so we'll have some room to operate. Move this thing out of the way. hard to see sometimes when you don't get it your loader position just right. Okay, I think we're in a pretty good spot right here. Let me get these logs cleaned up just a little bit. Got one there we need to bump back. There we go. And I think what I'm going to do now is if I can get the loader here in a pretty decent spot, I'm just going to have the dozer winch all the logs up to us. I think that'll work. Okay. Let's see here. B. I think I'm just gonna stop right there. I don't want to push it too much on this first slope. See how this goes. I think it's gonna be all right though. Now, I didn't turn the truck around, so we're gonna take the long way back to the sawmill. All right, no problem. We'll test out the load pretty good here in the tunnel here in a little bit. I think this trailer is going to handle this pretty good though. I don't want to fool with trying to get turned around. We'll just make this a test run. Like I said, this trailer seems pretty stable as long as I don't jackknife it. I think we should be okay. It kind of wants to rock a little, but not as near as bad as a couple of those other ones. Oh, I forgot we don't have to go to the tunnel. Well, actually, yeah, we can go this way. I'll tell you what, let's go tunnel anyway. I just want to check that out. I think there's a pretty steep hill right up here too. Put the truck to the test. That one's pretty steep. Yeah, so here's a good yarder spot right here if you want to do some yarding. Right here next to the tunnel. And you shouldn't have any problems, I don't think, with this truck and trailer combination right here. Like you can see, I'm just kind of moving along pretty good and not having any issues. But just got to kind of take it slow. Can't get in a big hurry on this map, or you'll end up over the side of one of those switchback hills or tumped over somewhere. This map is definitely not for the faint of heart. Just gotta go slow. I made it challenging on purpose. Some of these corners are awfully tight, but should be okay. Just have to swing out wide, and the trailer is probably going to cut the inside corner a little bit, but that's alright. Well, that was a long way to go just to get turned around, but I just kind of wanted to use that as a test. I think this trailer and loader down with the logs is going to be fine. The whole key to it, I guess, is just going kind of slow, not getting in too big of a hurry. Some of the straightaways you can let it rip, but on these curves you need to slow down. Now this is going to be tricky. Yeah, so right there I did fix that a little. I can't remember how it was in the first release that's on the website, but like I said, I'm gonna be doing some updates to this map, fixing a few things, and then I'll put an update on the website and let everybody know it's up there. It'll probably be version 1.1. That's what I'll call it. Whoa. Yeah, I really like these trailers by FDR. They're just so stable. I mean, they'll kind of start to come over, but you shouldn't tump over. Unless you're really getting aggressive on these turns, should be okay. And if you do happen to tump over, my recommended vehicle for getting you back on your all your wheels is the FDR dozer. That thing's, it'll pull like crazy. And if you back up to a tree and then hook onto one of the logs on your trailer, it should get you back over pretty quick. You know, most of the time whenever I do these series, I have, well, some of the time I guess, I have the course play set up to do the deliveries to and from the sawmill. I'll record the route and just let the truck take off, and when it reaches the sawmill, I'll hop over there and unload or sell the logs or whatever. But I don't think there's any way that a course play route is going to work on this. I just don't think it's going to work. I mean, it's possible, but not even sure I want to try, to be honest. I mean, you have to just about record a perfect route. And the thing is this truck, if you're not careful whenever you let off the gas, going into a curve, it kind of wants to slide a little bit. There's like a little delay or something from the time when you let off until it actually starts to slow down or something. Something weird's kind of going on there, which, I mean, it's not really an issue. It's just something you got to be aware of. And sometimes, I put these mud puddles right in the curves, so you hit one of those, you're really going to slide. So it's kind of tricky. Alright, I think we're pretty stable. Let me hop over here to this view and let's check this out. Just got a couple more turns here and then we're back on the main road. We'll be off to the sawmill. Across the bridge. tree. Well, that's what I get for driving in that view. Oh, I thought I had access to that land. I guess it's just off of the... Well, that's in a pretty good jam. I'm not sure what we're going to do. Maybe I can... For sure by now we could have worked it loose. It's just trying. Come on, there we go. Okay. Get back up here and I'll swing out a little more this time. That's why I normally like to drive in an outside view, especially when we're loaded down, because I can see if that back end's going to catch something. I think this is my first time coming through here with a log trailer. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We can make it. Just got to make sure you swing out really wide right there. Okay, so that's at the last switchback before... Yeah, I guess we'll call that the last one. The last switchback before hitting this main road. Woo, that's quite a drive, I tell you. I mean, we loaded up this trailer a long time ago. Oh, there's that bump again. Golly. I don't think it's me hitting the... I think it's something on the bridge. Yeah, you see right there, there's a little piece of wood, or plank of wood sticking up right there. That's tough. That's not... There's nothing I can do about that. Except for... No, there's nothing I can do. But the only thing I might be able to do is add a collision plane and kind of make a little ramp, you know, where you don't slam into that one plank of wood. I always remember when we get to the end of that bridge, it really goes slow. Yeah, I'm really liking this truck and trailer combination. It pulls good and real stable. Wow, we're already at 45 minutes or so, and just barely have done anything. Cut a few trees, loaded them up, and then made one delivery. Just takes so long to get over here. Alright, so we're going to have about 10 minutes left. So I think what we'll do is I'm going to turn the truck around this time so we don't have to make that big long loop to get turned around. And then I think we're just going to cut a few more trees, and that'll be about all the time we got for today. Huh. Oh, okay. Must be just barely on the other side of the line there. All right. Alright everybody, we're out of time today. We'll come back next time and try to get some of this stuff picked up and cleaned up, and maybe try to get us a better landing spot too. I'd like to maybe try to get us set up, I think right down here somewhere. There's a pretty decent little flat spot. Not much of one, but at least it's something. This is about the only spot we got, I think. There may be something more. Yeah, right here, but I don't think that's exactly on our land. But anyway, we'll get it figured out. I may just build us a road in here somewhere, and then we'll try to find us a flat spot that we can set up. Surely something right in here. There's bound to be a little flat spot. But, you know, maybe not. Who knows? But we'll figure it out. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.